Wonderful.
Okay.
Thank you for playing. It is, to me, this is one of the special moments. Not you specifically, but the whole thing. It is. We have to have some humor in this whole thing. You know, I believe very strongly that a little bit of background is always important to put our mind behind the music. You play so well. Everything is there. But if you really research a little bit, not you, but if we all research a little bit what's behind the music, why it was written, or when it was written, or how it came about, and sometimes we can't get behind Beethoven's mind. Although if you do the 32 sonatas, you get him as a human being of an incredible range of humanity and feeling, and something that we cannot even fathom and another person can have at the same time. And the older I get, the more I am absolutely... You haven't got an extra score, have you?
I do.
Sorry. It is very important to, and especially if, for everybody, but you know, amateurs, teachers, we all grapple with, my God, a yellow cover. That's a naughty.
Yeah, I know, it's not the best.
It's naughty.
I was on a budget at the time. I was a student.
Well, now you can get handy while you're not on a budget. That's okay. Yes, because, you know, I'm going to tell you certain things to do that are not in the score. This was published probably by Van Bülow in, if you look at 1894. At that time, Van Bülow was more important than Beethoven. So this is how he performed it. And he felt this is how it should be performed, not how Beethoven wanted to perform. But nowadays, if you go on to certain, I don't know, the students do better than I do, you can actually, yes, no, not only that, you can get the actual handwriting.
Yes.
You know, it's amazing. And when you see handwriting, you will say, oh, how did anybody decipher what he wanted? But it's all there. So quickly, as far as the background, there are 3 sonatas written within a year of 9 months, 10 months. And the first one was dedicated to Maximilian Bratano. Now, Maximilian at the time was a 19-year-old beautiful girl who sang beautifully but played the piano okay. And somehow Beethoven liked her, and there was an ultra motive, but liked her and taught her a little piano here and there. You know, it is a fallacy to know that he didn't hear. He didn't hear certain ranges and certain, like speech, he couldn't hear many times, but there were resonances in his ears that I believe that he could, because he played the Archduke Trio in public, which Hummel writes about as a horrible experience because he bashed the piano to make it sound. So there was some. Then that's 109. 111 was dedicated, of course, to Archduke Rudolph, who was the main financier of his life. Why? There's nobody in 110. And this has caused books being written. Researchers, there must be something in it. What's the point of this? It cannot be a devil. It has to be love. And A flat is always, for Chopin and Beethoven, love. And who it could be, and the conjecture is that it was Mrs. Bratano, who was way above in the aristocracy, and he could never, ever approach her. This is the distant beloved throughout his life. That's what I read, and that's what I believe when I played this sonata. It has to have full of love, and look, it says moderato, cantar, singing, with molto expression, with great expression. He couldn't even say, please, for God's sake, this is for her, play it as beautifully as you can. You see? And so I think that that's the attitude you should have. Well, to back it up, it's very interesting if you look at the topography. I always think that we are so much involved with the momentary things that we do, that we have a look. There is a crescendo. The crescendo goes to one sforzato, but nothing more. And then it says alleggiero, and it is all soft and nice. And then it moves up to a forte for 2 beats. Yes, and then it goes back to piano and tranquillo. That's what he suggests. And the crescendo, and also 1 beat or 4 forte. So it's always the expression of wanting, but not, it won't happen. Throughout the whole piece. And we go through very quickly the development section. You will find that it goes through 3 different keys that are explaining why he wanted but couldn't get it, or the depression and maybe, whichever way you want to do it. It's all there, but it's not a bombastic, large music. It is more constantly crescendoing for what? With hope. So it is, you understand? It's so remarkably close to what we all do.
Yes.
All right, well, so getting to the nitty-gritty of it, I think it's, the way you're playing it, I could start counting in 6. You played it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. As soon as I can do that, I think it's too slow. I can't, well, at this stage I'm happy to walk, but I don't think you can walk that slowly. If you go 1, another step, another step. Well, andante means, well, actually moderato, that's even faster than andante. Now let's try it, and it's easier to play it. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, da, da, da. Yes, you know, I like I've said negative thing about Boulez's music. It does have a lot of things, suggestion. As long as you know that you're having a lesson with Boulez, well, get the Schnabel edition. Then you have a Schnabel lesson.
I do have the other ones in PDF format.
Yeah, that's fine. It's information. Because in small letters he puts tenuto, and Beethoven didn't put that. A piacere, what does it mean? It means as you wish. So he wants you to do the ti da 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 da. This is part of the trill. So it's not. It's the da la da da. It's an introduction. Yes, as you like. So it is so interesting that he puts that there. So many things I know that you might. I love doing this because, you know, I played it so many times. He goes back to the F sharp, which was the way he went. Yes, he's struggling to get there. So the range of music is from C to F. That's just an introduction, and then he starts moving. Then he starts to be. So the first part is, and it's this balance that he has because of the classical period of not moving too much and then moving. Contrast. And if you really look at it that way, then you understand why this is limited from here to that. That's the range that he goes between those two. You understand? From the C to the F sharp, F. But then he starts moving, jumping, which is completely different, okay? So I hope you understand. One other thing, amibilita, which means with love. Amor.
Yep.
So you can't help but thinking of the beauty sound that you have. Be careful not to do this. That's overtly too much love. You know. And then we start moving a little. He backs off. Try it. It's so beautiful feeling, and I'm sure when you go home you can do it millions of times. Sorry. Sink into the sound. Sink. You can smile inside. Now, very good. Please, this is wrong. There is no way that Beethoven could write this. To me, it's cheap. I hate to say this. It's a resemblance of a umpa music of the trombone, the tuba. And it's not written that way. It's pa, 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 non-legato. Believe me, you should check. And it should be, and sing. I shouldn't play too much. Good. So one thing, I know that I can spend hours and hours on this, and I have for myself too. Every action you have, physical action, will result in a certain sound. Okay? The choreography that you do is based really on your ears. Now, you just did this sort of thing. Sorry. Which was very good for the audience to see that you picked your hands up, but this it's one sentence or half a sentence. Don't have to pick up your hands. A little more now. Not the left hand. Let the right hand do it. Now, he puts a crescendo there. And it's a well-known thing that Beethoven used. Mozart did too. Fortunately, Bach also. And I destroy your vision of, how shall I say, of the magic of this. But it's magical because the structure. All composers, Brahms, even Bartók uses the idea of little, little, long. 2 by 2 by 4. And that makes 8. And the more you do that, and composers all the time put a crescendo on the 2 plus 2, and the long one is the crescendo. It is what it is. Now, you know, I don't really like the idea of going to a tailor and he says, well, if I do this and this, about going to detail, it will destroy the clothes for me. But for us, it's a good idea to know that's what happens all the time. Schumann does it. I mean, everybody, Chopin. So when you play da 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 ti da da da, now we start da 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 da. That's a 4-measure phrase.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
Do try it, and once you do that, you are becoming a musician. Ready, set, ti, da, da, da. Now here we go. Now let's go. Da, da, not the left hand. Da, 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 da. Now the magic of it, if you are a magician and you will like to understand his mind, here he struggles to go to the top note of his piano. That was the top. He didn't go any further. That's another F. Yeah. Yes? Yes? So, why F? It's in F. F minor and A flat major are brothers and sisters.
Yes,
and the F is very important to him as it comes out in the development section. Now, you might say that's a fluke, but it's not. It's determined that he wants you to project your ears to certain notes that will become pillars of the movement. That doesn't mean you have to do anything about it. It's just simply understanding why he makes this, da, 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 and there's a sforzato there. Now, sforzatos are SFs in Beethoven and in fact to Chopin, mean a different thing. It doesn't mean just loud. It can. In a rhythmical passage, you have a sforzato. It means rhythmically first beat or second beat. But this is a lyrical moment. Why put an sforzato there? Tiny. On his piano, in order to make this a sforzato, he needed more time. Da ti da ti da 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 da. So what I do is wait a little and I rob the rich to pay the poor. You know what I mean? What do you think?
Yeah.
This is something which is very personal. You don't have to do it, but there is a reason why he put the sforzato there. It's timing. On his piano, this would have been the thinnest note in the whole of his range. It's like you playing this. Nothing. And this, but he wanted to, and the only way to do it is to make the next note. Okay, that's something you can think about. Now you did this beautifully. Beautiful, but slow. Let's do it a little bit faster. There is a thing, and your teacher or somebody you play for is wonderfully. I don't do it two separately hands. I think that, well, Brendel wouldn't allow me to do it. So he had a natural knack of choking you when you did something wrong. He would come, why do you do that? And his whole face would light up. Those little accents that he puts in, those little staccatos, dum, bum, dum. No accent. Little, poco. But then he does this, this is double bass, not this. And then next one, pa, pa, pa. Then he goes to third lower. That's a whole music, because you're ready, set, and here is the crescendo. Go. Nice. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now, wait, whoa. Crescendo means it changes color in F minor. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Pum, pum. 2, 3, 1. And now. Here it is. I'm not terribly sure if he goes to forte. Mr. Bullo wants to go to forte, but I'm not, you should check I don't remember it. It says crescendo to nothing. It's wish that fades away immediately when you go. And it's so interesting. If you look through the whole music, the topography, again, you tend to think, how did he think? So when he goes up, there's hope. And this is, it's beautiful, but it comes down. It's like, oh, I just missed the bus. I'm joking, you know what I mean? That feeling of, that it didn't happen. I'm sure that Beethoven, in certain circumstances, have seen the lady in question in society when he played. But he never could, I don't think, could go up to her and say, lady, you are beautiful. You know, there's no question, it was a strata of society. So beautifully played, and you can change the color here, of course, when you go. Sorry, here, this part, when you go F. There you could change the color as you just did. Yes, to me hope goes all the way, and I have a feeling, wait, see, I don't go softly there. Although he wants you, but it's not in the score. Take a breath. But breath means no sound.
Yeah.
Well, you have to practice that. That's wonderful moment of da, da, da. I promise you the police won't be after you for taking time. Da, da, sad. Hope. Piano. Yes. No. And so we come to this wonderful moment when he still has hope, when he goes up with these da, 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 dum, da, 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 da. Now, this is absolutely good, although it's not written again, it's not written in the original. That's how Mr. Bulow played it, and thank goodness that I did not know about it, but Brendel showed me this. Can you hear? Now it's very difficult because it goes totally against what the right hand does. Because the right hand, when this is picked up, you have to be really ambidextrous to do this because it's not coincide with. Da 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 dum, da 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 dum, off. And again, you went to, it doesn't say forte in the original, it's just enough. Again, hope and nothing. And you played this beautifully, da, da, because you played it so rhythmical. Da, 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 da. Very rhythmical, it's woodwinds playing. Da, da. Yes, I think, in my opinion, but this is from practicing along, and I think that the melody is not this. It's very nice, but I don't think it's nice, so you do it, but I think the melody, that to me is more important than. Yes, it's nice. Breathe. And it's so nice because if you really consider that this finishes here, and this one belongs to that. You see, when you come down and you finish finish, and again, one of the things that you will find the more you play it, you need breathing. There's no life if you don't breathe. Music stops, it becomes monotonous. Finish. Nice. Now we climb for hope. Now there's one moment when dark clouds come in, doubt. And we are in F minor, which is a hopeless key, the darkest of key. There's one more dark key than this. So just to give you, let's go from there. And don't go to sad. So if I could ask you, when you go home and you want to enjoy creativity, what is the difference between and what is the difference which is in this in A flat, and now of course you have this. This is grieps you as something more dramatic, more darker, don't you think?
It's basically the main theme, but in minor.
Well, that's an easy way to say it, but what I'm trying to get you to explore is what's behind it. Yeah, You just said it as a good theoretician. It's on paper. It's sad. It is the way I want to play it. I feel despair. I don't feel the F minor. I feel some color that gives me the feeling of there's something going on. And if you play just a little slow, fine. It's your expression that's more important than saying to somebody, listen, this is in F minor. You know what I mean? And so the contrast is humongous, really. In A flat, and then you have this F minor. If you explore it, that comes in later on. So can we do that? The F minor. I think I gave you the idea of what to do. Ooh. It's not brilliant. Yes. I know that I don't. What is your profession besides this?
I do computer security.
All right. But that's your livelihood.
Yes.
And this is your love.
Yes, it is.
So I can't demand on the same level, and I can inspire you more than anything else. You play the piano one way. The sound will become rather brilliant. You're playing. You lift your hands up. In this case, you want to be as close to the piano and not use your fingers. Use your arms so that it goes down. Look. Because if you do this, the hammers strike slower. So it's not pow, but pow. Yes. Use more weight if you want to more loud. Beautiful. Yes. Close. Now we start a journey. We start a journey which is, of course, based on. And the journey is through different keys. And the keys are is the most incredibly important thing that was destroyed in the 20th century. But we don't think of keys so much in Prokofiev and in Bartók. They had notes that were very important. But the advent of 20th century with the tonality and everything was really gone. And we grew up with not the same feeling as in Beethoven's time. They knew what he was doing. They really lived through. So the first one, what I mean is that F minor, and then F minor, and then he goes to Now D flat is an island of joy compared to F minor. It releases tension. And out of the D flat, so he goes down a third, and then again he goes through B flat minor. And B flat minor, as you know, is the darkest of all keys. That's why the second sonata of Chopin was written in B flat. No, D minor. No, D minor is more heroic, but B flat is dark. So he goes to the darkness, and then he releases in A flat. So he goes through different human feelings. First, F minor of stress and emotion, release for 4 measures, changes into B flat, which is the darkest, despair at the beginning, and then there is hope. Now you might think, oh, come on, this is really far-fetched. But I am so sure that a composer didn't wake up one morning and said, you know, this, oh, I better write it in G minor. No, music is created in the key. A B flat major Hammerklavier couldn't be done in any other key. So composers lived the keys, breathed the keys. So I am positive, and I've been trying to stress this for the last 50 odd years, when I was introduced to this idea by somebody who actually explored Bartók to the depth, that the idea of key changes were, and there are one or two moments which I want to point quickly to you, is just magical how he dreams of it. So let's do the F minor so that you are see if keep on, F minor. Now we change happiness to not so happy. B flat. Once more B flat. Now change. Happiness, go. Exuberance. Even more French horns. Now we finished. Isn't it incredible?
Yes.
If you can live through that and really live it, then it becomes something extraordinary special. Especially the liberating force. That becomes really love. Love triumphs all the darkness. So again, let's go for a few more measures, and we have to stop, except for the last bit. But so we are in D flat, which is not really nice, because it sounds much better the first time, in my opinion. You know, no, when he goes to A flat. So he cheats us in the recapitulation. It should be in A flat, but he goes to D flat. But there's one reason for that. Can you go from the D flat? From here.
Yeah,
Beautifully played. Why do you do that?
because it goes from major to minor.
Oh, more than that. No, you're right. But there is
It's a character change of, because when you play, it's not like modulating to a different key. It's still in the same key. It just turns minor and it turns sort of just. I think it just takes everything much darker.
darker. Well, I oppose that a little bit. Just for 1 second. I tell you why. And that D flat becomes C sharp. Yeah. And that's the moment of absolute nothingness. That's the depth of all depth of the whole sonata. Yes, because it becomes and then it and then we're back into the flats. It's interesting that he has this. Every composer, you would say, what's the difference between D flat and C sharp? A million miles. In his mind, you have to change. But you got the right reason. It changes the color. But he shows us to change the color. Okay? And let's go. This is the same. I think that you understand that. I have to do something at this moment. Can you go from, when you go up, at the end here, yeah, the A flat. One, two, three, one. 2, 3, 1. Now, why does he do it that it's not on the beat? Because he doesn't want any accents. He wants to swim in an ocean of peace and quiet. This is all manufactured here, diminuendo, piano, and all that. No, it's basically ti, 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 so, do, do, ya, dum, do, ti, hardly move, hardly move. Do, do, and then Never.
Because if you don't sort of have this tension resolved then it's just like, and then.
You know what you're building up. You're doing it in a very fraction of a moment. To me, it's 4 measures of waiting, 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 and suddenly then letting go. This is all just soft. It's enough for me. 1, 2, 3, and. Okay, well, different interpretation, but to me, there is a reason why he doesn't put anything there in the original. He wants to wait and then this one moment of release. Because the whole concept of music making is tension relaxation. That to me, if you play it boringly, yes, it's nothing. But if you play it like
there's just an extra bar of music there, and I just feel like I'm playing this, it's so soft and just keeps on dragging, and it sounds kind of boring.
No, but you have to do it on time.
Yes,
Yeah, that's one aspect. But everybody has the right. There's no such thing as right or wrong. The basic idea here is that he's going somewhere else. He is preparing us for the coda. And it's a very subjective way that he wants to do that, so that wait. And Beethoven is amazing. If you listen to the 3rd symphony, he has the whole development is waiting for the resolution. It's just amazingly complex. Yes? And so all of this is basically just waiting. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. 2, 3, 3, pom, little crescendo, do, let it die, let it go, you got 2 melodies, On the contrary, he wants that discord to be really heard. Discord, yes? Not bad for Beethoven, huh? Do you know that everybody knows, but perhaps you might not recognize it? Sorry. Where does that come from? Yes, it's the fugue that later comes in. Yes, it's the fugue upside down.
I thought you were playing the theme from Beverly Hills Cop.
Maybe, yeah, but very good, very good. Actually, you brought it out, so I thought you knew it. But everything becomes more passionate and you have to immediately. Beautiful playing, Gordon.
Thank you.
And
Thank you very much for your advice.
Well, it's a different thing. I'm very keen that in a masterclass situation, I'm not going to tell you to put your 4th finger where, but I'm trying to explore ways that you could go home and say, let me try it this way. No, I don't like it. But then you might like some ideas. Okay? Well done. My pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Okay, let's go on to the next person. Please. Please. No. I will later on. about continuum since 1996, and when we started, all teachers and amateurs together, is to meet Brad again and to tell him in his face how much he has improved. It's an incredible thing how all of you come back with improvement in so many different ways, because I kind of keep tab of what it was last year and the year before. And you play more difficult stuff, although that was difficult too, I remember. Schubert, yeah. As I always say, there must be, in my mind, a certain amount of background, but this, if you put it into a certain perspective, Chopin, of course, lived in Warsaw. Warsaw was really way off from the track of important people to come and play. His teacher was not really a pianist. His teacher was a conductor, violinist. He never had a piano lesson in his life. But all throughout his maturation as a young boy, he just dwelled on the piano and all the problematic things that he faced. And he hardly heard great music, you know, and which in a way it's okay because he had it in his mind. So putting it into perspective, this was written after he left Warsaw and he went to Vienna. And in Vienna he played, they created concert for him, but it was really mainly the second concerto, the Romance, that everybody wanted to hear. And in the second half he improvised, and they loved his improvisation. So when he went on, and there's Opus 21, which is the concerto, and Opus 22 is the Polonaise, sort of Andante Spionata. This is light music compared, like in the first couple of pieces of Schumann, light, the Abegg variations. So this was the fashion. The fashion was not created badly, but it was a relief from the incredible intensity of Beethoven, you know, and people wanted to play something, and look at Mendelssohn was quite a creator of music for the ladies with the song without words. They're very difficult. Don't underestimate it. I wish more people would play it. And then something, inspiration or something happened to Chopin, or maybe it was all dormant, and suddenly he wanted to create a very serious piece. And he didn't have a form, so he says it will be a ballade, which created an aura of something like a story, but he was opposed to anything to a story. Maybe the second has a little more story than any of the others. But the idea of a ballade sells well, you know, think of the story and all that sort of thing. So in here he creates an enormous amount of music making on a very, very high level, much higher than even the concertos, which are played often. But this is, all the four have demands on a different level. And this was only about 4 or 5 years after Beethoven died. When you really consider, there's not, or Schubert died, you know, in the history of music, that's zero. I mean, so I often wonder, what on earth has happened to this guy who created music on this level, which is completely different to anything else has ever been before? We don't appreciate that. Sorry?
He left home.
Yeah, he left home, yeah. Well, he was very stuck in Poland most of his life. So my suggestion is that I think it's very important to count the very beginning. He really demands a certain 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. It's like a conductor. If we do everything with the music, it really does not do much with it. We just play what's written. Of course, I played, I increased the tempo a little bit, but there is a structure behind it. I really recommend that, because then you're not swimming in the ocean of not knowing what is happening. And there is this one moment for everybody who, because I've watched some of you have scores, I love the idea of this iPad. I'm emerging out of the darkness with the possibility, because I have 4 festivals I'm going to, and I'm going to take most of the iPad with me too. This is the most incredible moment in my understanding of romantic music. The third measure has a diminuendo and a hairpin. So all the time up till that time, to me, the hairpin was diminuendo, softened down. But here he puts it one after another, so it must mean different. Don't you think? He hasn't got enough money for ink, so why would he spend the money on ink? So what I think means, the diminuendo means to get soft, do, 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 do. But this means to just let it go. It is timing, or the ebb and flow of the music. And sometimes Chopin, and Beethoven too, writes a forte or a crescendo plus a hairpin. So does it mean that it's a hairpin is louder? No, it means that move the music. Think of it ebb and flow all the time. This will affect your playing a lot, not only here, but everywhere. So can you start it, because it's not easy to start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2. Bravo. Brad, did you feel totally uncomfortable?
Did I feel uncomfortable?
Yes.
No.
You forgot to breathe with me. I was breathing for you. You tend to hold your breath, yes. Well, we should have a doctor, sort of a medics here all the time, for most people too. You know, but there was this one moment, do, 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 and he has this, like he suddenly thought the F sharp was a magical, and then he went on. Very good. Now, this idea of a 6/4, how do you count the 6/4? No. Even that I wouldn't do. 4, 5, 6. So 1, 2. It's in 2. 1, yes? And I counted 4, 5, 6 to get the tempo correct. The change from the 1, 2, 3 here, or the quarter note, and it becomes 1, 2, 3, 4. That's all. That's what I did. So the idea of 1, 2, sorry, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now, it's very important to feel this as an upbeat. It's not. Da, da, da. You understand? It's the 2 to 1 all the time. 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2. Okay. Do you understand? So it's not as slow as you were playing. It has to have the swing to the 1, 2. All the ballades in 3.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2. It's in 6/8. A 3/4 is a slow. It's a much more serious 6/8. Really, it's just double, like a 3/4 and 3/8. So, I think that now very important. If you could do this, and then I will. Well, you know what I'm doing? 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, the harmony of this thing, I don't know how he manages. Da, 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 so the harmony itself, always with Chopin, tells you the phrasing. You should not stop until you get to that. That's really is not really the end of it. It's only 4 measures, and then he goes da dum da da do dee da, and here we start again. So if you just once or twice when you're at home do the harmony, that will give you the range of the melody, the phrasing of the melody. Right? And be careful not to do. This should be both of them. That's it. Beautiful. If you could breathe with me, it would be even nicer. Breathe. No breathing. Breathe. Take a big breath now. It's a long way. Sad. 1, 2. Yes, I didn't want to stop you because it was so beautiful. Really?
My hands are shaking now.
That's all right, Brad. Yeah. But it was very beautiful. There are a lot of wonderful things you were doing. Breathing does give you energy. Breathing gives you, oxygen. And swimmers have to breathe too, even if they're swimming, Yeah, well, we do. And the thing is that I am totally sure that when he was writing, he was breathing. So that's very important. Very good, very good. And this part, make it into a continuum, not just and then it takes very beautiful. If you can make this part here a little bit softer, soft and nothing. But here comes, there are a lot of accents that one tends to forget. Early Chopin, and I say this for everybody, when you play a nocturne, or you play until at least opus 40s, Chopin was incessantly trying to play the piano much like a human, well, all his life. When he passed away, his request was for a soprano to sing. So when you really consider it, he wanted to play the piano like a singer. And so when you play this, he puts an accent there. Or when he goes, there's an accent there. So we can say that I can easily play, if you play the concertos with a lot of accents, there were three distinct reasons why he wrote accents. And so this is just information for everybody and you too. The way he treated accents many times in the concertos, especially the last movement, is to keep the orchestra together. So he wanted to make sure, because his piano was much softer, that the orchestra will be absolutely. And when you go to the Cliburn, many of the youngsters don't take accents seriously, but he did, the rhythmical accents. And then the other accent was timing. For instance, here, when you play this, I delay the left hand. I don't play it in time because I want that accent to be worth. Yes, that's a surprise. Delay the left hand, not the right hand. The left hand does the delay. Not the left hand. Yes, it's between the yes, you have to swing going back to tempo, otherwise it just delay. You follow? You can explore that. Okay, so there's another, the second one, and the third one is when he wanted the sound of a human. Not here, but in many times the accent becomes like you sing it. Not an accent, but an involvement in the note. You'll find that many times happening. Now here, I'll just pick on this section and then we go on, because it's impossible to cover it in the short time we have. But there is a beautiful thing happening in the left hand. Because he makes the right hand very sparse. So the right hand becomes not so important. Why? He wants to draw attention to the left hand because to you, that's not so important, really. I can't think of that as a Chopin melody, but this, watch this. To me, that's a melody. So can you try the left hand, just there? But no, more pleading. Now watch this next one. That's the genius. Because if I would be him, I would go same. But the second time, and I dwell on that. That's something special. Because the right hand is the same. But this changes. Then he moves on. So practice that. That's in the middle of the chord. Yes. There's not what. Sorry, Brad. I'm sorry. Hold it down a little longer. Good. Now you can add. Later on, you can. No, stop the right hand. It will come in a minute. First one. The second one, he puts a half note there. Look. The second time, he changes. So he wants the right hand to come out the second time. That's okay. It's you're doing three new things. Wait, you're doing three new things. The brain cannot cope with that. You have to be at home, explore it very slowly and very carefully. You'll do it in 5 minutes away from the pressures of this. So then comes this section, which is the agitato. What does agitato mean, by the way?
It can mean faster, but it's more of
A mood, agitated. And he does that because he accents this foot. That's where the right hand becomes more important. You see, he puts a half note, which is pretty unusual, plus an accent. So it becomes more. And then yes. And it doesn't, what does più sempre più mosso mean?
It means always
Gradually. But what you did was immediately speed it up like one of these electric cars, and you're out of control, you just go faster. No. Yes. But Chopin is such incredible wise person. He prevents you from going fast if you really do what he says, because he wants you to play this chord. He wants this, and this, the G going to E flat legato. If you do that, but you see, I do this, so I really try to do it legato. Yes, and you have to practice it in your own time. You cannot play it fast. And it even gets worse. Look at the legato he wants. Yeah. Yeah, so it's not that fast. Yeah. Yes, exactly. So all of that, it takes... Yeah. So all of that, it takes time. You can't go really that fast as you were doing. So it prevents you from just hurrying. By the way, for everybody's sake, what does callando mean? There is a callando and sforzato at the very end, which is so wonderful because... yes? As you go. Callando means to dissipate or ease up, let it go, and sforzato means to soften up, to end. And then he goes this French horns, the Alps. And this note, the first one in your right hand, is the melody. So there is a difference between this, and then suddenly the right hand becomes the melody. Same note, but... And what an incredible cheat he is. Because we are in B flat. We are established. He goes to F. And then suddenly, that makes it... which is unusual because he is in G minor. He wants to go to B flat. That's a sister key. But he cheats us by going to E flat, which we never expected. And that's why this is such a beautiful melody, which you played very well. I'm not going to bother. But after the melody is finished, you go. This is always an upbeat. You understand? You have to feel the beat. Otherwise, you can't do it. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Okay, you understand? It's nice to count. And it's always nice because you have that feeling of the 2. The next section, only thing I can tell you is when you have this incredible melody finally, when you finally go... pa, 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 pa. It is loud, but usually we temper the loudness a little bit more legato left hand. Sorry, Can you try that a little bit more legato instead of... Okay. You cannot rush it, he prevents you, because two things happening. You're forgetting that there is this, you have to hold that, you have to hold the A.
And the D in the left hand.
Well, that's not as crucial, but yes. But if you look at this music, first he goes A, and he wants you to hold the A. Yes, but you don't hold it down. We don't hold it too much. Nobody does. But don't have F, G sharp. F sharp, E. So there is a descending motion there. And don't have to play it that loud. Okay, I like the next section from that point of view, but I do want you to play, if you don't mind, the scherzo. You know, but you forget that the left hand again has this. It's even better because this is answered on the bottom. And here too, he has one sound which is worth living for, because he goes ti-dom, pa-dom, pa-dom, sorry, ti-do-do-do-do-do-do. Then he starts again. This one, ti-da-da, he changes that ti-do. That's worth living for. If you understand, there's this incredible difference between the first time and the second time. That's what makes it so amazing. Do you want to play it a little bit? No, sorry, don't make the left hand so heavy. Yes. Watch it now. That's okay. That's all right. You're doing well. By the way, just to make your life more miserable, it's never pum 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 pum, because there's a melody. And now melody left hand also. Yes, there's another magical moment when you reach, and you played very well. There's the F sharp for 2 measures, and then finally he gets home. And that is incredible harmonies that you should bring out. It's not how loud you play it, but because he repeats it. Pom, pa, pom, pom, pa, da, pa, pa. Yes? Very good. Now, in actual fact, the next section, which you hurried too much, is the climax of the whole piece. Because if you look at it carefully, that double forte, which means loud, it continues for so many, 2 pages, never lets up. And the ritenuto and diminuendo is only 3 measures long, so it's like in the final second he gives up. So all of this should be loud, not all very, very loud, because there are differences, you know, and all that, it's still loud. And it is in preparation of the next moment, which is double piano, rarely used in the piece, which is because this is a preparation of the coda. Now, could I ask you to play, you played it well, and just put that little more nuance of understanding that this section is waiting for the outburst of the confuco or the presto. So, can you play that for me? Presto, yes. Okay, very good. By the way, the second time you go and the second time, yes, there's no accent. The first time there's accent. All right, wait. But can you play me the melody here? Because I don't hear a melody. Yeah. Well, wait. Let's be honest. sorry, let's be honest with each other. A melody is only one note, not a chord. Yes, very good. It actually is this. Actually, dum pa pa dum pa pa dum pa pa dum. That's the melody. You have to look down. Ta dum. Yes, and he's incredible because he ta da 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 ta ti da 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 da. Those accents. He's accenting not the chord but the melody. He's trying to bring that out. No accent. Okay, go. That's okay. That's a bad habit. Go on. Go to it. Yes, right. So a composer like Chopin writes twice the same thing. You have twice. It's the same thing twice. Well, wait. There's not the same. Look, if you look at the left hand, it's all the time going bum, bum. The second time, it's all legato, the left hand. Yes, the tone. Yes. Yeah, you have to change, and if you look at, yes, but if he wants to make sure that. So ta da 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 bum, bum.
The second time the accent's not there.
No, so you want to make it more. You have to try to find a melody in it. Yeah, but the first time, what he wants is, listen, Brad, it's just him, ta da 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 dum pa da. He doesn't want it the second time. Da 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 da. You have to find the melody in there. Quickly, because this section was fine. So I don't quite understand when you finally get to this D. You do that, and then suddenly no rhythm, nothing, it's just sort of floating in the air of nothingness. But there must be something, because look at he writes, ritenuto, accelerando, poco ritenuto, accelerando. He must be doing something, he wants us to do something. And you cannot do that without some relationship to timing. Okay. Very difficult to do. Do you want to try it from here and then we stop? Two, three, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2. No, and then it slows down. Ta, ba, ba, ba. And 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1. Gradually. That's good. It starts slow. Go. 2, 3, 4. Good. Do you understand? Yeah. You can't just take your own sweet time. It's what's written. Good, thank you. So I know that some of you might want to have a break, but we have to go on because I don't want to be too late for lunch at 1 o'clock. So I'm going to go on, and I hope you come back after. Or shall we have a 5-minute break? I don't mind. 5 minutes? Okay, let's have a 5-minute break. Well done. Gosh. Sorry, be careful. So a wonderful thing about Robert, he always comes with different repertoire, and you never know what you get. Sometimes offbeat and sometimes very well-known repertoire, and I'm always looking forward to what's in the bag. Low budget music. No, you can't. It's okay. Fine. So, in your mind, is the song the leader comes first, or the piano or version? Yes, the song came first. And the Petrarca sonnets are interestingly from his, of course, his journeys in Italy, which were very much influenced by pictures, by discussions and talking, and he was immersed, as opposed to Swiss pèlerinage, are more the mountains and the valleys. So from that point of view, this is really following the 104 Petrarch sonnet, which, have you read the
Yes, I read the translation. I read the history of Francesco Petrarca.
Yeah, that's good. So it is about love and war, the futility of war.
Wasn't he in love with some married woman, and it was unattainable, so he was frustrated.
Well, it's interesting because my idea was, my information is that this lady that he wrote all these sonnets were really in his mind, not an actual lady. You know, it was, your imagination of the perfect woman, which could be, and it's interesting because Liszt's music, to a certain extent, is the adoration of more than just a woman, but of the Madonna. Even when he's non-religious music, his music is of womanhood, adoring the idea of the Madonna to many extent. So, I think that you played beautifully. So my idea would be just a few things that would make it. But the most important part that struck me that could affect your playing would be, I don't think you breathe. I don't think that, not only enough, it just goes on and on and on. And there are words being said, and especially in many cases, the stanzas themselves are very distinct. For instance, when you have this idea, then a second stanza, now comes the third. Sorry. So there are distinct way of doing 2 lines and then 3rd and 4th line. And you have to, not only he wants you to stop, but the quality of the sound has to become different. And it's constant. So it's not only in the first time you play it, but when it's repeated many, many times. And you should take more time with it. It's an expansive piece. It's not something, it should meant to be thoughtful, much more than heroic and big, in my mind anyway. The introduction depends on this idea of is a constancy. The agitato, it says agitato, very agitated, cannot be done by tempo. It has to be done by timing. You can play it very fast. It's just a mess of sound. I don't feel agitated, I just feel overwhelmed.
You think you should make a crescendo
You do that anyway with the crescendo, but I want to establish 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, sorry, and then, yes, it comes. The agitato comes, I can't speak and play at the same time, but it really does mean 1, 2, 3, You see the heap. Da, 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 dee, da. It's beautifully constructed. I always thought that this is aside. When he does this, da, 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 it's the D minor symphony of César Franck, by the way. It's very close to it, you know. So, but that came later. So that's our aside. 2, 3. If you can do that, then counting at the same time, or at least, then you have the agitato. Pa, 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 pa. That feeling is the agitato to me, not the tempo. Okay. Try. At the beginning, and then you, of course, it's freer. It's difficult to do because 2, 3, and then suddenly it changes. Oh, he got a big score. Go. You don't have to. That's more important, to feel the pulse. Yes. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. How do you feel?
Yeah, it feels better.
Yes. And yes, you need that as an introduction. And not only that, but the harmonies change. And especially here. Don't come too soft. Here. There you could become a little bit less, but not all of a sudden. The harmonies change. There. Do you follow? What's the matter?
I can find it in here, but anyway, yes.
There's no internet or what?
No, I can't find it. I think I can manage without it.
Well, it's up to that.
Here we are.
Okay. So if you can, do it once more because this is very important introduction, please. No, I don't know how to use it, so it's okay.
Yeah. No.
I have actually a student who I'm hiring to teach me.
No,
Okay, well, just try at the very beginning, and then we go on, because this is an introduction. Yes. 1, 2, 3. You see, he puts long notes, and then accent. Da, 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 da. It's so well written, it's unbelievable, because he has ta, da, accent, resolution, da, 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 resolution, ti, da, 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 da. Then it resolves, ti. It's so magnificently written. 2, 3. So, Robert, I don't want you to do it again, but I want you to be aware of that. The next note is resolution. See, there's no accent on that. Can you see it?
You mean the adagio section?
No, it's all written here. You see, if you play the B flat,
yes,
and then it resolves to the A.
Oh, okay.
And if you can do that, then the melody becomes the long note, ti, ta, pa, da, ti, da, ti, da, ti, da, ti. You see, always the accent is resolved. You're not resolving, you're actually accenting the non-accented note.
Really? I didn't know.
Try it, and do it slowly so you can hear it. Da, ti, da, da, the resolve. Da, 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 ti, da, pa, yam, pa, yam. do that, that's the agitato. Ti do, ti do, ti do, do. Be a little bit more. Ti do, 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 do. You improvise. Think of the singer. Slow down. Ritardando, whatever you do. So in my mind, you see, I wait. You introduced it, it's a long introduction. It's a dramatic. It's not meant to be, you know, The singer starts. He has to pitch the G sharp in one. You pitch it, you will take time. Yeah. It's not automatic. Da, 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 pa, di, da, da, da. Wait, there's a pause, there's a breath mark. Somebody wants to take a breath. You know, di, da, 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 you see, I think that we breathe. I know that it seems to be the topic of today's lessons or masterclass, and I love it. Breathing in time of the music will give you the right pause. See, in the Chopin, I had to breathe fast because it. I didn't take time. I just breathed. But here, he's actually asking us to take. Because he puts a pause mark on the breath. So if I take, I promise the police will not be after you for taking such a long time. It's artistic. It's really artistic.
It's rather like recitative, this section.
It is. Well, you need breath for talking. Try it once again. Off. Take a breath, long breath. Off. Take a breath. Good. You can take more time and things like that. But it's very, very interesting, by the way, that we talked about in Chopin and in Beethoven. We had a little one, and a long one. And in his breathing, he absolutely shows that. So the first time he goes, da, 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 take time. Da, 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 da. So you have 2 with the breath, 2 plus 2. Now the next one, he wants you to go, da, 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 da. He doesn't want to breathe so long, especially here. Breathe. He doesn't want you to breathe. Da, 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 da. Sorry. So it's in one breath. And you can do it, and the singer has to do it. And I think it's up to you to accept that. Can you just try this? To me, this is a little bit forced, what you're doing. It's majestic. Take time. Wait, the melody is You see, to me, no singer will sing this but would take time. Expressive every note. You can state it, but you have to feel it. All right, so stretch it. But the point is that any big interval, then it goes up, stretch. I think that you don't allow yourself to be, allow yourself to be free. Nobody really sort of will go against your wishes if you are convincing. This is how it should be. And you can wait, you can move ahead. That's the whole point. When we speak, we don't measure what we speak. A little bit faster, a little bit slower. Can you do it from there? Take time. Breathe. Oh, don't go into that. He says, cantabile with passion. How do you passion that list? And then accent.
More crescendo on the G sharps.
But you're making it very, how can I say, describe it. But you have to feel it. You have to move towards the third G sharp, fourth G part. Good. So the conductor will follow that. It's up to your left hand to be with your right hand. But even Liszt puts a sort of a marking there, which is not really a crescendo. You do a crescendo anyway, but that means to move it. And here. Then he goes back. You follow?
Yes.
That liberty, I'm calling you liberty, but it's freedom. You must feel it. But you are stuck in, you play it so well, you don't play the notes, but you have to really feel this is romanticism at its highest level. So once again, dum, dum, da, da, ti, da, da, dum, dum, ti, da, 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 da. Nice. Take time to breathe. Yes. See, sorry, Robert. Your left hand just doesn't allow your right hand to breathe. When you went like. See, breathing means silence in many ways, or timing, but you just went on as if nothing happened. If you go, it's beautiful. It gets more excited later on, but here is more based on the idea of breathing. Try that from here too. da da dum da 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 da. What a chord to reach, and you don't allow us to digest that. You know, when you're to the then you can go. But I want to hear that chord to stun us and then release it. By the way, ti da 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 ti dum ta ti da 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 da. Those accents needed to be said because it prevents you from hurrying. You see, you move it, but you don't have to. Can you form there? Ti da la ti da da ti da da. Yes, digest it. Then new pedal, you can see, and then you can do the fastness there. Yes, ta di da 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 da. Sorry, Robert, that's I hate to tell you, but it's a wrong rhythm when you play this, da da da, and this is not, but papa, it's a 16 notes, which I think, and this should be not just a chord. There is a wiggly line there, yes.
Yes.
So it's really, yes. Yep. Take time. Tricky what? Yeah, but take your time. Take a little more time. Because these are intervals. You know, to ta di da 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 ti da 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 ti da da da. It's passionate music. It's not meant to be just thrown away. You know, it's the left hand also. To da 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 da. Also has that moment. Try it, but it is da 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 da. Again, you can wait. It's a new verse. Surprise. C sharp. You know, the first one is in E major, and this one is in C sharp major. So you even more passionate.
What do you think about playing the alternative,
I don't do it, but it's up to you.
No, never heard anybody play.
No. Well, that's fine. So go to the C sharp. take time, rallentando. It takes more time, it's more pensive, more thoughtful. First is an outburst of an idea, and then you think about it. How to solve all these problems of war instead of love. You know, the whole poem. You have to be a little bit more freer. Go on, wherever you want to. T, no, to take time. T, and. Nice. You don't hurry, take time. Breathe, then. And look at what he says. If this is original. Ritenuto means to slow down. A piacere, as you wish. God, he's giving you all the freedom in the world. Take it. That's one of the beauties of playing romantic music, because nobody can say, ooh, I didn't like the way you slow down. It's too much, or you didn't do it. It's my way of doing it. That's the beauty of it. So, be careful, as it's written, that's a melody note, and this is a connecting note. You hear that? The D is a part of the melody, and then the new idea. After the D, wait. Yes, Liszt has a very, very implicit idea of how to pedal this, and you should. There's idea. Left hand. Now, he wants you to catch the D flat, this D flat, and hold it. So this D flat you have to hold down. It's how it's written. That's how you wanted it. You understand or not? Yes. No, don't change the pedal. All the way. This. Up. You can be even more precise if you want to do it exactly, but it's proportional. What I mean by ti da 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 ti da da da, the triplet da da, then it's half ti da da. You see, it's all written in the ritardando, rallentando is written, but it's very musically done. So ti da 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 da, and perdendo to lose, then even slow. Sorry, ta It's so meticulously written that if you do it, you don't even have to add to it or subtract to it, but you can do what you like. The next section really is not, it's more thoughtful, I think. Yes, you can. Da, 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 da. You should do the pedaling as it should. Pedal, la, da, pedal. You can pedal half measures. Pedal. No, you take the hold it down. The pedal. It's all kind. Again, you lose the note. That's a long note. You lose it. It's a pedal. Well, that's how he writes it. He writes it like that, you know. Pedal and go. Take time. What does adagio mean?
Sorry?
It says adagio.
Oh, it's stupid, yeah.
What does it mean?
Really spaced out.
Well, adagio means comfortably. So when you go to Italy and you have a friend and he says adagio, make yourself at home. That's what it means.
Yeah.
So it's not fast. It's whatever comfort you feel. He's giving you freedom. Take time to. We're going to heaven. Take time. Even more time. Time. Don't hurry. You see, all of these have to change, and then we have to stop. But first one. The second one. And the last one is even more. It goes to dee, da, 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 and then. Da, 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 even slows down, and he wants this sound, and then he picks it up. Sorry, in time. He doesn't want you to slow down anymore. He's finished, and then where does this come from? Not only that, he brings back the desire. Just do the last one. It's more expansive. Take time. Pa, 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 pa. Stop and listen to the sound. You see, he wants this sound. Da, 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 da. I'm doing it faster. Da, 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 da. And that resolves. He wants the sound of the piano to be there. He doesn't want to be clean. This doesn't mean anything. It's part of a mess of sound, which clarifies. Actually, it clears up to be this. He wants to resolve. So he has 4 measures, which he resolves to the E, which is the final chord. Just do it once more. I can't leave you like that. From there. Da, da, da. Keep the pedal down. Ta, 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 ta. Keep the pedal down. Now listen. So the whole thing that we did in the last 3/4 hour or so, freedom. And the beauty of it is that you are personally creating. There's nothing more satisfying than creating something out of a piece of paper. And that freedom, you'd have some, but I'm pushing you to be more. It's not really meant to be adventurous. It's just how you feel. If you don't feel it, there's nothing you can do. But I think you do.
Maybe I should listen to the original singing.
Sing, of course, but sing it yourself.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Well done. So we have one more person. I hope that they have music too. did not want to get up before you finish the coda, which is very, very difficult indeed. This is like, well, my aim was to try to find the third and the fourth ballades, to do it in one session, they are amazing pieces, thank you. And each one has its difficulty in a way. And you play beautifully, congratulations. It needs, like everything else, it needs a little bit more freedom, more creativity, and I feel giving you that permission will be enough for you to, when you are by yourself. And you know, one of the things that I never forget it, I won't tell the story totally, but in 1996, when I started this initial idea of inviting teachers and amateurs, the teachers were already in 1991. We planned that for the mother of Van Cliburn, Willoughby O'Brien, while she was still alive. And then in 96, I asked about, and I did not know how to word it. I said, come and play. Performing was far away from my mind. But everybody came, and when they first appeared on stage in the hall, where you will also play, not in the Van Cliburn hall, but in the old hall, where everything was happening, including the competition, they came with gowns, and with bow tie and tails, and I said, wow, come on. I mean, I didn't expect it like so. And the idea was that, well, creativity. And I simply asked one of the participants, who was a surgeon, I said, why do you do this? I mean, you know, for us pianists, when we get up, we get nervous and we have to do singing, but you just get up and play. And he said something which drove me even today. He said, you know, I get up at 4 o'clock, you know, get dressed into my gown, and I start going into somebody's body. You know, you cut this way, you cut that way, and the hope of everything is that nothing goes wrong. Do it and get out. And, you know, you don't even sew up, you go to the next patient. and so, but when I go home around 3 or 4 o'clock, all that thing, where I have to do exactly the same thing, is liberated by me playing a Beethoven sonata how I wanted, how I was going to play it, not how other people. And if I feel a little slower today and I go a little bit faster, it's a liberating thought and feeling. And do you understand? Well, I'm sure you understand it more than I do. That liberating, that freedom we have in music is what is the essence to me more than anything else. There was a wonderful interview with Chelebedaki, who died, a conductor, a Romanian conductor, who conducted the Munich Symphony. And it's on YouTube somewhere. He does it in French, but it's translated. And it's unforgettable, because he was the only conductor that was given 5 days to prepare for 2 concerts. That's 5 rehearsals. That's pretty expensive business. But he demanded it and got it. And his rehearsal was so meticulous, so a quarter note is this, and he brought them together, and he made the woodwinds play together. No, that's not enough, and it was really wonderful. And then when the whole thing came together, and for the concert, he hardly moved. He just went like this. And people asked why. He says, they have the material, but they also want to be free. And they were together. They felt the music together, which, of course, his instructions, but it wasn't like that. It was simply they played. He was just a standby. It's a wonderful idea that the musicians are the ones who play, not the conductor. And I feel the same way about you and with Robert. And it is. So we have a problem here that it is so long the same thing. So the idea of the I'm just giving you an idea. If you bring a little bit more the left hand or the right hand, it changes colors constantly. I don't think he wants it the same way all the time. I think the idea is, what is very difficult about this first beginning is a humongous legato throughout the whole thing. You have to somehow try, even here. You understand? That's what we strive for. That's the difficulty of the piece, how to make it legato. And then when you have the legato, the first time, second time you have this, it changes. See, I just brought out the left hand. I hate giving you ideas like that because I don't want you to just copy me. I want you to enjoy the beauty. Try, please.
Second time around I did try to bring out the alto part a bit more, but I'm not sure if it comes out clearly enough, like near the end.
Maybe it did. I didn't notice it, you know, to be honest. But try it again. Be very careful. There's a difficulty, I know. Prevent the third beat of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 not to do that. Control. Can you just do that again? See, you actually do pick it up. I don't mean to be. It should be as smooth as possible. Good. Yes, the idea is to move while you're on the note. So you instead of yes. You understand? So you move while you're on the note. You ice skate like that, but not like that because it does show, does sound. Watch it now. That's it. Yes, good. Please, go. So you have this idea of so the first one is a question mark. And then a release. So inside there must be not the same level, but there's an intensity. And this is very high, but it is inspirational. So you feel the need to do something and then release it. So, and this is the first time he has the phrase to finish. So we have to do something before that, so it, without doubt, has that feeling of conclusion of that particular part. Can you do the second time? From there. And finish. Good. I like that. The police is not on top of you to be on time. It is. I like that discord there. Try it from there. It doesn't matter. But you understand what I mean. Beautiful. And again, a little more. Finish it off. Now the third verse. This is the third verse that comes. All the ballades have verses in my mind. You know, so ti do do do. Now ti do do. It's a different world. You've been in A. This is called an F minor, F major, but it's nowhere near it, you know. And even Chopin did not know himself. There is a wonderful letter to one of his students who had to carry his, it was the B-flat minor scherzo. And he told his students, take it to the printers. I'm finished with the B-flat minor scherzo, take it to the printers. So then about 2 months later, he writes to the printer, how's my D-flat major scherzo going? You know, it's not a fault, but at that time, Liszt never finished on the same key as it started, very rarely. So this is a new key. He's doing F major, and then suddenly A minor. So that becomes a little bit more adventurous. Yes, and he has these, you know, I'm just trying to give you freedom to do a little bit more instead of just keeping it quiet. Although you have to keep it quiet because if in my mind, this is, I have this image of a cemetery with a beautiful lawn and the wind is taking the grass, and it is something like that because this is tragic as it happens. It's like tragedy before. Can you start from the... A little more. Now he says, I'm sure you went a little bit loud. He wants you to double piano. This is the first signal that he has to make it soft. Yes? Not whispering as much, but it is. Yes? Little more to take time. So he adventures outside the key, now he came back. You have to show that. It is not illegal. It's like you say, oh, it's nice to be home. Yes? Can you do that? Just feel the sound as beautiful as you play it. Back. Now the left hand. Take time. Surprise. Be in a hurry. So we know what smorzato means, to die away. Yes? Good, very good. You can do, especially when it's repeated, these sort of things. You do, surprise. The problem is, in my mind, is that we listen to recordings, and in recordings they compromise. He can't do that sort of liberty as much as in actual performance. When he is performing in front of audience, he's creating a new world. In recordings, as I have experienced, you simply play through once, and then you adjust somewhat, but the tempo has to be somewhat very similar. So you can't take too much liberty, because you say to yourself, the person who's going to listen to it 3, 4, 5 times or 6 times more, doesn't, you know, the quirkiness of having little more time, little less time, you can't afford. But in performance, yes, you can. And I really think that Chopin, this chord, releases it. And once more. Supposedly, Chopin kept at A before he started. Supposedly, I wasn't there. Okay, let's do that, which you do. You do that very well. I have very little to say, except, before you even start, 2 things that happen that you should be more aware of. This, it's legato. It's not. That's very difficult to do. So, it's like you crawl on the keyboard. Yes. You can't come up. It's hard. The timing of going from here to here must be. It's not up. It's sideways. Not bad. You still flick on that. It's hard to get used to, but I think once you get home, you will be. That's the legato. I always say, playing this, that that's how it should sound. Now, the next one is, this is in 3. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. That's in 3, right? You agree? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. In 6/8, but he does a 4/4 measure there, or 4/8. It doesn't matter what it is. But the right hand is in 2s. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So you got 3 against 2. You have to play it exactly as it's written. You're playing beautifully, but the agitato, the con fuoco, comes out of. That's not Foucault to me. The fire comes from within the 2 against 3, struggling against each other. And it's done on purpose, you know. It's hard, it's very difficult, but that's the basics of it. You don't have to do it now. There's no way that you're going to get used to it. But that's something that you can work on, because you have not accent. It is. I do it in no accent. I just feel it in 2, and I feel there's no accent here. But I 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. I just feel it that way, and I practiced it enough hands separately to just put it together. All right? Try it. It doesn't matter. At this moment, you really can't do much. Not bad. No, but do it from. Yes, good, good. It will develop. It will develop. You understand it. It's right. There you go. You know, that my job at this moment, not job, but I love doing it, is to inspire you to step 1 further. You know the notes, so it's a question of, when you go and practice, is how do I solve? And within minutes you do it, I'm sure, because you have it in your ear now, the ideas are there. It's just hard to do it in front of all these people. You know, let's go. The same thing in the left hand. Not. So it's all of that. If you will notice it, it's all legato. And that that's what makes it so dramatic. Not made so good, but you can practice that. Let's go on. Da, 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 da. Wait, you got a lot of notes here that I want to hear. You might have to slow down, because this not that easy to play in time. Maybe that's why he did it. Good. I would. I'm starting a whole new section here. You drive into it, and you can't. And this is that resolves. And then da 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 da. So it's developing sound that's based on the chord, and then da da da. Yes, ti 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 ti. These are the milestones that you have to do. Yes, and they grow. Crescendo grows to the double forte here. Yes. Time, the growing I'm worried about, because you just play fast and loud. Okay. It takes, you listen to the chord's substance as it moves towards. It's like draws you to the top. It's really a fantastic feeling. To the top. Take time. Good. I jokingly say, but they say that when you are on Mount Everest or something, the last 10 meters are the most difficult. You just don't jump up there. You land it so beautifully. Then you can move it. Yes? Wonderful, wonderful playing. Let's do it again. I really felt that you felt the need. You know, there's a wonderful, I always say a crescendo makes itself a crescendo. If you manufacture a crescendo, you can feel it. But when you really make the music do its business of moving and getting the crescendo, and you feel that there is something going on like that, that's the essence of crescendo. And the composers don't just put crescendo because they want to get loud. They want the music to move to that level. You did beautifully. Try it once more, and let's go to the E flat. Take time. Wonderful. Now comes this building down. It says diminuendo, but diminuendo does not mean it's still loud. And you have, if you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 measures to diminuendo. So you've got plenty of time. And furthermore, he is so wise. I mean, Chopin. You see, look at my hand. Sorry. I really do it legato, because if I do this, it's too wild. It's too open. I go so I do everything as legato as I can instead of lifting my hands. Can you go from, I don't know if you can feel it. It's too difficult, then you can start from there. Go on, sir. One. Nice. Off. Breathe. Surprise. Another surprise. Now that's a surprise because then suddenly take a little time to go the octave. It doesn't hurt. Now take the right hand imitates. Yes, always feel that is there is an upbeat and there's a lesser upbeat because this is an upbeat. I don't know if you can feel it. The first one is up, down, but this stays two different way of doing upbeat. The second one is not really that upbeat to that level. It's a bit too detailed. To go from there and then upbeat. It's more open. Go on. Yes, very good, but this is melody. And this is important. But I think the left hand is that carries the melody on. Not terribly loudly, and also he doesn't want this to again legato. It's so incredible that what he wants. Of course it was easier for him. First of all, his piano was much lighter than ours. Second of all, it was smaller. The actual keys were smaller, so he could get around much quicker than we do. So the good. I love that. The breathing between the come on, everything you have. Yes. So one of the things you do by yourself and with your teacher, if you have to these are all legato. So please watch out because it, destroys the magnificence of it. And even here, when he goes legato, everything is legato. So he really doesn't want, sorry. It's more expansive and royal and more noble than that. So that's something you have to practice. Okay, it's the same thing again. So you don't mind if we go on to because there is something which I really need to show you, a couple of things, not too much. So it starts again, the Foucault. If you can you go to the second time when it goes? The second, when it goes. The second one, you understand? So in actual fact, when he does this, and then he goes to this particular passage here, he's preparing for the coda. So that's all preparation. And so if you analyze it or you think about it, then which means that he's going to, yes? So he's going to A minor, which is how he finishes, and not in F major. So the tragedy is in A minor. So all this, the most important is to get to the E, which is the dominant. You understand what I mean? It's the dominant key. So when he finishes, then suddenly what he does, brings back the melody. Then he wants the E to sound. That E is not part of the melody. That is somebody else playing in the orchestra. Somebody else plays this. Come on. Once more. Legato. Do you follow? So that E is just a pedal point to remind us that we are going to the A. It's not meant to be a melodic. You're making it into... It's not written that way. It's written precisely. I would suggest that all of this, keep it as soft as you can. It always interferes, especially... because the trill is the one that carries the melody. This, you have to practice it to do it. It's basically not the melody. You're making it into... So can we do... See, I even slow down. I just want to make sure that... people reminded of the main melody. Try it. It's liberating.
Looks like the bottom part is connected to the...
Yes, I know, but I think that perhaps the third time you can do it. I'm not sure. Off the right hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, a lot of people take this much faster, and I don't advise it. Agitato means agitato, agitated and not. And this is a misunderstanding because it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. The same tempo. Except it becomes much more agitated than anything else. It's very difficult to do. And it is ready, set, let's go. So you have little, long, all the time he manages to do it. And even the left hand has this wonderful melody. From the first ballad, he chooses that sweeping, crying motion. Try it again. I would never sacrifice the melody to be fast. Good. Yes, T, da, 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 da. That's the finish of that phrase. A new one start. Again, a different color. This is much more insistent than the other one. It's a little bit more. Yes, if I can inspire you, nothing that Chopin writes in the left hand is meaningless. It's always so meaningful because always has something to say. So I really would encourage you to do some left hand sort of study. Go from there. You felt the crescendo was made by the movement of the music. Do you follow that? It's very important that you didn't come down enough. I don't mean you should come down underground, but you have to have enough room to make the crescendo to grow. So where it says crescendo, which means really literally, we all take this very, very loud. It's forte, but forte doesn't mean loud. It means strong. And so when you're playing this, you have to play it interestingly enough. Da, 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 da. Those chords are so meaningful. It's just not fly by without knowing it. Can you try it? Sorry, this time, thank God, he doesn't put legato. But here, it's the same thing as the he brings back that tear motion. It's not. And so, Alex, tell me where's the melody here? It's the same problem as we have with the in the first ballad. It is da 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 da. And then it builds ya da 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 da. It's the lower part that you go da 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 da. Of course, da 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 da. But it's the right hand is not that. But it's more legato. Da 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 da. It's hard. I love it. You're playing very well. And this is that's incredible chord to put there. And it was actually Schumann. Do you know that he had a whole page more? There is a publication of that he just went on and on and on again and again doing the whole thing. And Schumann advised him, cut it. And he did. And it's perfect. It's really a tremendous advice. But my idea is, when I performed it a lot, I really felt that when you go da-dum, da-dum, and I counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's so perfect without you doing anything extra, taking a little more time here, a little more sensitivity of more. No, it's just simply gone. Because it's actually, that's the note you finished on. And this is just something you want to let the curtain come in. Action is finished. If you count it, it works. In actual, I'm not sure if you're playing it here, but if you are playing anywhere, I suggest you count. Sometimes it's a good idea to keep your equilibrium there instead of being emotionally charged. Okay? Wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you. So thank you, and I'm sorry we ran out of time, or we ran over time. I hope you have a lovely lunch. Don't forget the buses leave on time, because we do. And anybody who doesn't have the bus times, please go up to the office, because it should be in your pamphlet. And please bring your identification that you are part of our group, or we'll charge you.